In the current world, so much feels out of place. But today at Churchill Downs, everything has fallen right where it should for Greg Harbut and Ray Daniels. With their colt Necker Island, the Lexington pair become the first African-American owners in the public eye to have a Derby horse in 13 years.
I moved to Kentucky 12 years ago and quite frankly just caught the bug. I had heard about Greg Harbut and Harbut bloodstock, and I'd heard that he was interested in looking for African-American partners.
Then there was Man o' War.
The Harbut name in horse racing stretches back 3 generations. Greg's great-grandfather was the groom for one of the greatest racehorses to ever live in Man o' War. And his grandfather, Tom, owned a piece of the 1962 Kentucky Derby contender, Touch Bar. But when Touch Bar broke from the gates on that Saturday in May, Tom Harbut wasn't there to see it. The Churchill Downs grandstands were for whites only.
It means a great deal to me. I've seen a lot of people participate to actually think that I will be amongst all the great horsemen and owners that have come before me. It'll be a mix of emotions. I think a lot of people would be surprised with the true history and the contributions that African Americans have played in this industry.
Some of the deepest roots of that history lay buried 80 miles east of Churchill Downs, in Lexington.
My name is Leon Nichols, and here at African Cemetery number 2, we've captured a lot of the stories that are buried here in the cemetery.
There are dozens of African-American jockeys, groomsmen, trainers, and others who rest here, many in unmarked graves.
Here's Oliver Lewis, the very first Kentucky Derby winner in 1875. Not much is known beyond his Derby win.
When jockey Oliver Lewis first took the crown atop Aristides back in 1875, all but 2 of his competitors were black. The winning colt's trainer, Ansel Williamson, was a freed former slave. Black jockeys would go on to win 15 of the first 28 runnings of the Kentucky Derby. Despite their prominence, the history buried here is largely unknown. Leon Nichols and his organization, the Project to Preserve African American Turf History, work to ensure their legacies aren't lost to time.
I think for the future of horse racing, we can learn that diversity and inclusion, when we live by that model, we can reach unprecedented heights. These stories that are buried here matter. These lives mattered.
Despite calls from some to not have their horse run on this Derby day, today Harbut and Daniels choose to use this platform with an eye towards change.
We support social justice movement that we see currently in our country, 100%. We are supportive of people who have the right to boycott or the right to march and try to have their opinion heard. At the same time, we think we have an unbelievable platform that many African Americans don't ever get in this industry. But us stepping away is not going to get anything done. Us being here and involved and being part of that conversation will hopefully open up more opportunities for other African Americans. When you own a piece of something, you have a bigger voice.